Or if you're just like absolutely cannot read a book, listen, I'm not even judging you, okay?
Right.
I'm talking to you, man.
I literally was like,
Get the audiobook. There's no excuses these days,
no,
okay?
you can do
Get
something.
the audiobook.
Yep.
Welcome to your favorite podcast. It's Full Coverage with your hosts,
Manny MUA.
and Lorelei.
Hey. And we're in comfy attire today.
We are.
We
You
want
guys
it to be
asked for
cozy.
pajamas.
Yeah, you guys wanted pajamas. And it's funny, like, I only sleep in chonies. So I actually don't have pajamas.
Well,
so I
why
realized
aren't
that.
you in chonies
I was like,
right now?
Imagine I could go up in chonies.
Honey.
So I just wore something comfortable, and I want it to be in my full Sailor Moon regalia.
Very cute.
You know, full Sailor Scout energy. Look at
I'm
even my
gonna
sweats.
be wearing this outfit on Christmas morning as well.
It's so cute.
So just know, I bought it for Christmas morning, but I was like, dang, I'm gonna wear this for the pod.
No,
honey.
it works. You can still wear it for Christmas morning too. Like
That's
it's just
right.
a cute ass
It's
fit.
just a cute onesie.
And it looks also very breathable.
It is.
And I feel a lot of the
It's the
onesies.
waffled material.
The onesies like will be way too hot for me. Like I can't take it.
Manny said,
Like I'm literally like, You guys, we have a rapid fire today, and there's so many topics happening. Do you know sometimes some weeks are like kind of more like chill and like, you know, not so much
this
going
week.
on. This is not the week, babe. There's
this
a
week.
lot of things happening. Like literally a lot of things. My concealer is creasing a little
Mine
bit.
has creased. Mine has been creased.
I'm like,
Mine only knows crease.
yours has never seen.
It is creased. It's been creased.
Yours has never seen a crease-free day in your life.
That's right. There's never been a smooth day in its life.
No. I know all about
Creasy
your tricks on those
Magoo.
carpets,
The
babe.
tricks.
I know those carpet tricks.
I do have a red carpet trick that Kim K taught me. She taught like how she like gives a lot of neck space and like to look very like snatched, and I do it all the time on the red carpet, and it works like a charm. You pull out, you're out. You never pull back on the red carpet. So if you see me, I'm always like, because then the pictures create shadows. It's so good.
Yes.
Well, how did we get here?
Beauty. Your beauty on the carpet.
This is what goes on.
This is what goes on. But we have, of course, our piece of pit.
You want to store?
I do. No, let's do my pit first. I'm gonna do my pit first. So the other day I went and got laser hair removal. I do this every like 4 or 5 months, just kind of like touch ups. Like I don't do like the sessions where it's like doing like, you know, the 9 back to back or whatever. I just do like touch ups here and there. I always just double dip on like getting Botox and getting laser at the same time. Yeah, I'm already there. So it's like might as well. And like my hair starts to get like a little more fine and like starts to grow and my Botox is wearing off at the same time. So it's kind of like, oh, well, I just double dip. It's a beautiful thing. It's actually horrific and I don't want to ever have to do it, but I do it, right? So I usually go at like the level I'm always at. I'm always at a level 9. Because it's like, I think it goes up to like 13.
Wow.
But I'm always doing level 9 because I'm like, that's where I can like handle it and be like, okay, like there's a little sting to it, but I'm going to be fine. Like it's going to be cool. It's going to be 10. But this time I was like, I'm going to do level 10.
Oh.
I'm gonna go up a level.
So
like,
you just went up one level.
I only went up one. I was like, I'm gonna go up one level. And I think that I should be just fine. We should be good. And during the time getting it, like I'm basically fine. It feels just like the 9. It feels just the same. Like it's kind of like, okay, well, like whatever, it is what it is. I get home. I'm like, I'm gonna self-tan tonight, okay? So I'm gonna go self-tan. I take off my shirt so I can start self-tanning. I look in my back. My back was destroyed.
No.
Yes, the follicles had like reacted more intensely to the 10, and it kind of actually burnt my follicles. Like it burnt my skin because of how just going up the one level. Wow. My body was just not used to it, was not ready, was not acclimated to it whatsoever. I ended up getting like literal burns on my lower back and like the top of my back.
Oh.
And I was like, and there's like little tiny red dots, like tiny red little dots everywhere. Like where the follicles were destroyed and killed.
Did they warn you going up a level that you were going to be cooked?
No.
Oh.
But the thing is, I really didn't think, and they were like, okay, cool, like it's what you can handle.
It's just one level.
But it's my body like reacting to the 10 that was way more intense than I thought the 9. And even though it felt exactly the same, and I was like, oh, I always thought that it was like the laser intensity in that moment, like how much it hurt was like the levels. So doing 10, it didn't hurt that much. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine, whatever. I didn't realize it was like a stronger laser on the follicle.
Oh man,
so it's
I
like
didn't either.
destroying it harder.
Oh,
it's like wrecking your little follicle. So the follicle is like, pew, it like bursted.
Please stop,
my follicles
sir.
literally got destroyed. So I literally got like burns on my back, and I still literally have like a little bit of burnage on like my lower back.
Dang.
Like a little, like I feel like the texture is a little bit harder there. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna like it needs to heal and go away. But you guys gotta be careful with the laser hair removal when you're going up on levels.
you like IPL.
The thing is, if I could reach, I would.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
I can't reach my middle back, and I live alone, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm like, okay, I just need someone to do it for me. I would absolutely use all the home devices, the I would do everything, but the only spot I really want to do it is my back, and I can't reach it.
Don't let you do your butt too.
Not anymore.
It's hair free.
It's hair free.
Honey, it's done. A ball.
I don't even have to.
That's a ball booty.
Literally, it's so funny. I'll I don't know. Sometimes I don't know why I'm like this, but I'll be laying down and I'll put my hand down my pants, and if I feel butt hair, I'll yank it.
Do you know? Well, maybe it's me, but I don't think girls get butt hairs like that, right? That's more of a guy thing.
I think it's more of a guy thing.
At least I haven't gotten butt hairs like that, or
like
on
the
down, actual
bored,
cheeks.
I'm yanking my booty hole hair.
What did he say? Tell us I beg to differ.
Oh, exactly. I know. I
thought I heard that. How dare you?
No, it's all just yank out hairs, but then I'll feel I'm not kidding you. I'll have 3 hairs on my butt cheeks.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
They gotta
there's
go.
nothing there.
Stragglers.
But they're little stragglers, so that I can deal with. I'm not gonna re-laser for that.
No.
But my back, I will re-laser for if there's little fine hairs growing and stuff like that. So
I love that for you.
Yeah, but then I got the burn.
Pop.
I got popped in the back.
Pop.
Mm-hmm. So be careful.
I'm gonna start with my peak and. Well, someone DM'd me and they were just like, how do you stay motivated working out all the time? How do you stay motivated?
You're like, I'm hot, that's how.
No. I did.
What else, babe?
I just related to the question for so long because you guys have to remember, I struggled really hard getting into being a workout girly. So, 100%. I'm on both sides of it. Whenever you're I just can't get into it and stuff like that, I also hear you and see you because, while I am a workout girly now, I haven't always been. So, I hear you and I see you and I feel you. First things first is I think that if there's something you're trying to get into that that would benefit you, you need to start eating cleaner, you need to start working out more. If it's just something you want to start doing and you're struggling being consistent, I honestly think you should get the book Atomic Habits and I think you should read it. Or if you're just I absolutely cannot read a book, listen, I'm not even judging you, okay?
Right.
I'm talking to you, man.
I'm
just kidding. Get the audiobook. There's no excuses these days.
No,
okay?
You can do something.
Get the audiobook. Because it literally will allow you to overcome your psyche, okay? Because the book breaks down how your brain works and it just teaches you all the things to do. So that will really help you with anything you want to do, okay? So that's my first piece of advice. And my second piece of advice, which these things come from the book that I'm going to give you and that helped me, was one, working out on your own can be especially when you're trying to get into it, it can be a really easy way to not do it. If you're just going to the gym and you're having to figure out which machines and your own workouts, that can be a really quick way to not be consistent, to fall out of it. I think classes help. I think when you have to sign up for a little class,
you're paying for it, babe.
Yeah, you're paying for it, and you've signed up for it like it's an appointment. So it's a little bit different than
psychological almost.
One of my girlfriends, it's more. We'll get you in there more, and you don't have to figure out what you're doing, how hard your workout's going to be and what you're going to do, and push yourself because the class does that for you. So it makes it easier, in the aspect of working out. I had a friend that DM'd me, I went to high school with, because I was talking about it on IG story, and she was like, girl, I got consistent because I signed up for classes and they charge you if you don't show up. So she was like, I got real consistent with that. But seriously, I'm like, whatever works. And then another thing is how let's say you planned on working out this afternoon, but you really don't feel like doing it. So this is a part of your brain where you got to shut it off. You've got to shut it off. Your brain's going to go, I don't feel like it. I have to do that this afternoon. Should I just not go? All those things that come into your brain. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. And just do it. And another thing Atomic Habits will tell you is if you go ahead, I don't want to go, and just put your workout clothes on, you will go.
Yep.
The chances of you going, if you already put your clothes on and put the shoes on,
way higher.
So if you can just hear me out, the next time you need to do something and you really don't want to do it, let's just say workout, for instance, go put the workout clothes on without the intention of going. Yeah. And I bet your ass will be in that gym.
100%.
And that's a trick I played on myself. And I learned that from my Atomic Habit book. So I'll go put my clothes on. And honey, if I'm already dressed,
you're going.
I am going.
That's
I am going. No questions asked. Or sometimes I just really don't want to go, and I'll just go get my car and I'm going. Like, I'm just going, and I'll think about something else. I won't even think about how much I dread it. You just
have your body moving.
Yes. Move that body. Get in there. So those are a couple things that help, but I will say specifically with a fitness thing, try to make it a lifestyle, not just right now. Like, I want to lose these few pounds, or I want to tone up a little bit, or, you know, I just need to be healthier right now. Definitely try to think of it as, this is me. I'm a person who works out. I live a healthy lifestyle, and this is my lifestyle. This is what I do. It's not a just right now, because I think that's the most important thing too when it comes to working out.
It's just who you are. You're a workout girly. That's like, when you
identify with that. When you identify with that,
that's what's gonna make a huge. Because that's how it is for me as well. Just what Laura said.
You have to identify.
You have to just be like, oh well, I do go to the gym. Like that's just who I am. Like it's a part of my life. It's something I must do now. It's part of your routine. Once you adopt it into your routine, it becomes a lot easier. But I love the clothing thing, and also it's said that if you feel cute going to the gym, you will work out harder.
Period.
So if you like, let's say you buy yourself a cute ass little outfit for the gym, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to wear that to the gym. So it's like you have something cute that you want to wear to the gym. It's gonna inspire you to go to the gym because you feel good in it.
Set yourself up for success. Do yourself favors now for your future self. So buying treat yourself. Buying a cute outfit is setting yourself up for success, because you're going to want to wear it and wear it to the gym. Or if all your gym clothes are dirty, what are the chances you're going to show up to the gym? You know good and damn well if you do not have any clean gym clothes, can't find anything, your shit's a mess, you don't know where your car keys is, you're not going to go to the gym. Yeah. You know that. Yes. So don't even play yourself. Why are your gym clothes not clean, folded up, and set out on a counter somewhere where you can just grab and go? Because you know that that's setting yourself up for success. So just like be smart about things. And this is what I'm telling you, everything I'm saying comes out of the book Atomic Habits. So this isn't things I have just figured out. It's things that I've read and learned, and I use so many tools from that book in my everyday life. Y'all love that 1 second rule where you have 1 second to get up and get going. Shut it off and go. The 1 second rule. That's Atomic Habits book. So I'm telling you, that book will change your life and it'll get you going. But I know the new year's coming up. Don't wait for the new year.
Baby,
dates and time are not real. It's not real. We made all this up.
It really isn't real. It's just day by day, babe. It's day by day.
We made up January 1st, okay? Start today. Start today. You got this. Don't wait. Don't say, okay, in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I'm going to get... No. Start today. Fuck that. Start today. Start now. Time is not real.
And also, like, another trick for people, too, like you were saying, like, let's say you're like, fuck, I don't know how to work out. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, if you guys hire a trainer for, like, let's say you buy 6 sessions, you already bought the 6 sessions.
Yep.
You're holding yourself accountable because you have to go. So it's like you're going to make the sessions happen because you don't want to have wasted your money. So it's like, even if you need a trainer, even if you need someone that's there for you to make you go, if you get the sessions ahead of time and you buy out, like, you book out sessions, babe, you're going to end up going. Yeah. You're going to end up going because you don't want to waste your money.
And what's cool is with a class or a trainer, like for me, going to just like an Equinox or a gym, like, yeah, I can do my 12-3-30, and yeah, I can lift some weights, and yeah, I can walk on the treadmill. But for me, I got really bored with that quickly. Very bored. So now it's no longer fun for me. But I found something that worked for me. I really loved being in the heat. I love all the different classes they give. So you never get bored. You can switch up the class. Every week I take a bunch of different classes. And that works for me. But I now, like, let's say I go to the gym. I know like 50 workouts I can do. You
can just do them.
Yeah.
Because you have the knowledge now.
Yes. Now, before I didn't, because, you know, I just hadn't been a part of trainers and classes. So I just didn't know. But like joining those classes, like, babe, if I walk in a gym, I'm gonna have like 50 things I know I can do and switch up because I learned them through taking classes. So also working out, people don't talk about it enough. It's like you have to learn how to work out and like what
you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in and think you're gonna know what to do, babe. It's like, actually, for me, when I even started working out, it's very intimidating. I was so nervous when I started, but like I didn't even know what to do, what the hell I was doing. I did hire a trainer for like, let's say 2 months. Just I'm like, not only do I want to be held accountable, you have to teach me how to work out. I don't know what I'm doing, what machines to go to for what parts of my body.
Yeah.
Once you get that stuff down, once you get acclimated, like you said, going to classes, they teach you how to do these things. Once you're taught the flow, maybe you follow influencers who are, you know, workout girlies, you know, like maybe it's like you just need to learn the vibes. And once you know what you're doing, you're gonna feel a lot more confident going to the gym.
I am going to tell you guys, like, if you can get yourself in a class, I promise you, like, if you're really struggling with it, I just strongly recommend classes or trainers. No, yeah. Trainers can be super pricey. But if you're doing, okay, let's say, you know, you're gassed out and now you're doing push-ups and you struggle with push-ups and you got a room of 50 people dying but doing push-ups, what are you going to do?
You're going to get those
You're
going to
get your fucking ass up and you're going to do those push-ups.
100%.
And that is a beautiful thing of being a part of a community and a class because just the energy being in a room with those people, they push you. And they tell you so many times at the start of all these classes, this is for you. Do not pay attention to anyone else in this room. Take every single break you need, but it's just a human connection energy. You know what I mean?
It's going to naturally happen just as a human being. And it's funny because your version of that is my version of when I'm at the gym and I see someone working out. Like, let's say my gym crush is working out.
Yeah.
And he gets that last rep in and he's like literally struggling. I'm like, I got to get my last rep in too.
Yeah.
So like you almost like feel that
Humans
connection. It's like you want to.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my God, you just inspired me
to
get my fucking last rep in. I'm going to get it in. It's like the same with the class version of it.
Do you know it's so funny because you just reminded me of a story. Okay, so if you're pregnant, you're not supposed to do, my gyno said, I be asking her everything, honey. I'm like, tell me everything. But because I was telling her about my heated workouts. I'm not pregnant, by the way. I still take them. But she was like, if you ever do get pregnant, quit those classes immediately. Because she said your first trimester, I think she said, don't quote me, but I think she said something like it can cause deformities in the baby if your body core temperature gets heated that high. So she was like, it's very important that you quit. So I was like, cool, good to know. Thank you. Well, a woman walked in and
you're like, guess I can't get pregnant. I can't quit the classes.
I
can't quit those classes.
Guess I can't have a baby, darn. But a woman walked in and she was right beside me in the class where she put her mat down, and she looked pregnant. Okay,
she had a bump,
and she had a bump. She had a bump, like full bump.
Yeah.
So I honestly didn't judge her because I was like, well, maybe like in your second trimester you can come here.
Totally.
I don't know all the rules.
Right.
I didn't judge her, but I was like, oh, interesting. So maybe you can come here. I don't know. Did the full workout, and after class, she was like, hey, by the way, your goals. And I was like, huh? And she was like, your literal goals in there.
Oh,
I was like, oh my God, thank you. She said, I just had a baby and I'm trying to get back. And I was like,
shit.
Oh
so that's why you're like,
God. She just had her baby. And I told her how fucking proud of her I am and how incredible she is, because she is.
I mean, that's amazing.
But
like, I'm getting back.
I was like, oh my God.
But you don't realize that you could be someone's goals.
Oh, yeah,
like
totally.
You doing what you're doing.
No idea she even looked at me.
Could be inspiring someone else to do that as well, which is so crazy.
Yeah, so crazy.
It's like, oh my God, no way. Like you hear these things and you're like, oh my God, I did not even think about that.
By the way, she totally crushed the class, so I don't know what the fuck she was talking about me for.
Your body.
No, I was like, have you looked in the mirror? Like, you literally destroyed this class. Like, she was getting it. So I was like, you're sickening.
I love that.
But yeah, I thought that was really sweet. I thought it was really sweet.
I would have been the same way. I'd be like, you're pregnant in here?
Well, I was just like, wait, I was just told you can't do that. But then I was like, maybe I heard her wrong, or maybe it's just like the first time. I was like, surely she knows.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she knows. She's probably looking up all the pregnancy stuff.
She knows. She just had the baby.
She knows exactly.
So now it made sense. It clicked.
That's sickening. I feel you just need that. You really just need to find your version of what makes you happy with workouts.
You have to.
At the end of the day, like, you
if
just
you're
have to
bored,
find your thing.
You got to try something.
You just have to do something else. Like, what's going to make you not bored?
There's a million different workouts now too, like classes.
That's what helps too. It really does. Like, for example, me, I'll get bored, but then I'm like, okay, well, next day I'm not doing the same workout because I'm not doing the same body part. So if you just switch up your day, switch up your body parts, obviously as you should, you have your rest days and stuff. So it's like one day I'm going in for chest, but the next day I'm going in for arms. I'm like, it's not the same thing. It's not so redundant. So it's nice. Like, you just have to find things that work for you.
So true.
I don't like doing cardio, but I will play tennis.
See, that is an exactly great example of figuring out a way to get cardio in that works for you.
It works for me.
Everybody's going to be different.
So you just have to find your thing.
Yep.
You have to look for it. You have to actually find it.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this episode of Full Coverage. That's the sound you'll hear when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, or on social media and beyond.
Shopify is the best all-in-one commerce platform capable of handling your business complexity. No matter how big you grow, me and Laura actually both use Shopify for Lunar Beauty and Minimum LA, and it truly is such an amazing platform, and it made it so much easier to migrate over from other platforms that we've used. The migrating is actually really, really simple. They have so many apps in store to make it happen. So we are massive fans of Shopify over here on Full Coverage.
Yes, we are. We both use it for both of our businesses. It's a very trusted platform. It's a very user-friendly, easy-to-use platform. If you are not a tech person and you think migrating and all this is going to be a headache, it's really not. Shopify just makes everything so easy. So stop leaving sales on the table. Switch your business to Shopify and discover why millions trust Shopify as their all-in-one commerce platform to build, grow, and run their businesses. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage. That's all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage.
My peak, I just went to Jingle Ball last week with CoverGirl, and it was really fun. I had a great time. It was really cool. Like, I forgot, I haven't been to Jingle Ball in like 7 years.
You know, I've never been to Jingle Ball, and I've always wanted to go.
Really?
And CoverGirl invited me this year, and I couldn't go.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't. You had like
I know, I had stuff. I had family, so it's okay though. It's okay. I wasn't upset at all.
Yeah.
Trust and believe.
Yeah,
I was probably tired,
we'll be fine.
but I've always wanted to go because it's really cool.
It's such a fascinating thing because, like, you know, these artists, like, it's like a roulette of artists where, you know, they come out and perform 4 to 5 songs. It's holiday
Coachella.
It's literally holiday Coachella because they have the same exact stage, but they switch out very fast, by the way.
Do they?
Very quickly. They have like their little stages. It gets switched out. Like, you have like 10 minutes for the next artist.
Wow.
It's so fast. But I went backstage. We did like the press during one of the artists. We went backstage, we did the press. My Getty images. Sickening. So that was my peak. So I'm like, I finally have got to the spot where my routine for my glam routine on a carpet now looks like really good. Because like, you know, I've had spooky Gettys.
Ooh, we have had
so
many spooky
We've had
Gettys.
some spooky Gettys. And I didn't know like the cadence of my own glam to really make sure it looks good on those in the carpet.
Let me tell you something. Red carpet glam is different. It's different. It is not glam you would wear out. It is not glam you'd wear to like a wedding or like a birthday party. It's a different type of glam. It's all about the flash and the digital DSLR cameras. It's all about the shadowings. You got to do tricks and trades. You guys,
so I'm gonna give you an example. When I'm doing Getty image red carpet glam, like if I'm going on the red carpet, I know I'm gonna be photographed. I am going full glam. But for example, I contour my nose. I do like the lines down my nose. I contour them. I don't blend them out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blend them out. I powder them.
The flash blends them out for you.
The flash blends out for you. I powder them so that they're diffused. Everything's very diffused and soft. Mm-hmm. But I don't do like a really intense blend out because I'm like, no, I need the lines to kind of stay. Mm-hmm. So if I'm taking a photo from this angle, you see just like a skinny little tiny baby nose. But you wouldn't think about that.
You can barely see your nose.
They'd be invisible. I couldn't even breathe on that carpet. But it's just funny. I've gone to a spot now where I finally did. And when we were backstage, Megan Trainer.
Yeah.
She's like, Manny. And I was like, hey, girl, we've been mutuals on TikTok for a long, long, long time. And so it was really nice to see her, chit chat with her. She's literally performing. She's like, I hugged her and I wasn't going to pick her up, but she was like, don't hug me. I'm going to throw up right now. I'm already nervous. And I was like, okay,
nervous?
Yeah. She was like, I'm going to throw up. And I'm like, I'm not going to pick you up. Don't worry. I'm not going to like squeeze you. But I think she was just like really excited and ready to go. So it was really, the overall experience was fun, but it really was me getting my Gettys back. And I was like,
but it was really the Getty.
It was really the Getty. That was my peak, actually, was my Getty. Because I was like, this is correct. And I have like, I'm going to post some photos. I'm going to post some photos now of the photos from it because they turned out great. But it's nice to have something where you can go somewhere and feel confident in like how you're going to look and present yourself. Because it's like, I've been at so many carpets. I've been on so many events, so many different things. I've taken photos and I look back and I'm like, damn, I'm so disappointed. Like, I don't like the way I look. I'm very like insecure about this. And now it's fun to look back. And as I've gotten older, I'm in my 30s and I feel like I've never looked better on a carpet. Now.
Isn't that something?
33.
Isn't that something?
That is some crazy ass shit. And so it's like, it's just funny. Like, I'll look back and I'm like, I don't know what the hell was going on there. But this.
I've got some rough shit out there.
We both have some fucking rush. And it's funny, like now, like even on the carpet, I go like 2 shades darker with my foundation now. I do all the tricks.
So you're not blown out.
I'm not blown out, looking like actually a ghost. No, and it's funny, I took the photo on the Getty, I look my shade. Yeah. I'm literally like 3 shades darker. Yeah. Because of the blowout of the camera. So it's like, it's funny how you finally get to a spot where it's like, damn, this looks sickening.
You clocked the Getty
I clocked the mug,
honey,
if you will.
It was time. Mm-hmm. It's time. It's redemption Getty time. I love that for you so much. What is my pit? My pit is that today's Erin's birthday, and she ain't spending it with me.
She's not here.
She's not here. She's in Santa Barbara for her birthday. She turned 21, you guys.
That's so crazy.
I know. Where did the time go? And I wish she was here so I could celebrate with her, but she's not here, you guys. She's going to come tomorrow,
A young adult.
Yeah. She's
like,
not.
oh, okay.
She's not, but so we're going to celebrate tomorrow, which I'm really excited.
I love that.
But
so
yeah, I wish I was with her on her 21st birthday. I'm so sad she's in Sandy Beach.
I know, but she's probably like going to be like having so much fun with her friends.
Definitely. However, she was like,
wild.
It's Tuesday, so she was like, I'm actually just going to go to dinner because like you can't go to a club on Tuesday. Like you cannot.
Like unless you want to be unwell on Wednesday.
Yeah, but you can't even go to the club on Tuesday.
Oh, no, actually. Tuesdays are so not good because even Mondays there'll be something. There'll be drag performances. There'll be drag shows on Mondays.
Not in Santa Barbara.
On Tuesday. Oh yeah, you're
Girl,
right.
Nothing till Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You're so right because here in LA you'll find something for every day.
But Tuesday would probably be like the worst possible day.
I think that's the worst day.
Wednesday could be horrible too, but Tuesday
even Wednesday
is crazy.
Like drag bingo.
Yeah,
or like it's bingo. Like, there's things happening on Wednesdays,
but not in Santa Barbara.
Tuesday is
Ain't
like
nothing going on there. Yeah, that's tough.
Tuesday's a little tough.
So
Tuesdays
I thought it was cute to go out to dinner. That's like cute. Go to a really fun restaurant.
Well, that's all like I ever want to do on my birthday.
Oh, girl.
As I get older, I'm like, I do no fucking big ass parties. What the hell? I'm like, can we just like kiki?
I already know where I want to eat at my birthday next year.
Oh, good.
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I don't want any bitches to steal it. That's how we act in LA. Don't we? Isn't LA terrible?
No, it's the worst. You're like, oh. So that's my birthday spot.
Okay, like in LA, if everybody's going to a restaurant, we call it ran through, and like you can't go there anymore.
Yeah, it's like played out.
Because I told Daniel, I was like, I want to have my birthday. We can just do catch. That's easy. I don't care. Like I was like, I literally do not care. I just want you guys. I just want to eat with you guys. And he was like, absolutely
ran through.
Not. We are not going to catch. Every bitch has been. It's just such a funny thing because like I know being from Alabama, like babes, that's not a thing.
No, and like honestly, like it's funny because like to me, like you saying catch me, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's a catch. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm much more like blasé with like those things. Like I just don't care. If it's good,
but we eating.
I'm eating, babe.
We eating.
I don't give a fuck how ran through you are.
Girl,
unless you know you're someone I'm trying to date.
I'm show up.
Unless you're someone I'm trying to date, you better not be ran through. You better not be ran through, bitch. Like a train.
Y'all heard that?
Choo choo.
Okay, enough out of it. We're sick.
Too far. Anyway, you guys, we have a. Do you see this?
I kind of want to start with Nurse Hannah.
I think so too.
Can
honestly, let's start with Nurse Hannah because that shit is fierce.
It is fierce.
In a bad way.
And
trigger warning, honestly, low key.
Always, and y'all bitch at me, and I get it. Because I'm always one to play devil's advocate because we've been through shit online, so I'm always like, are people taking this too far? Like, I am always that girl.
Me too.
Cecily in pajama drama, I'm like trying to explain why both, like,
Mind you, we have a podcast, so we're literally trying to show there's other sides of a situation, not just one.
This bitch?
I don't like her. Not only do I not like her
there's red flags
from this situation, I just don't like the way she talks. I don't like anything about her.
Let me tell you something. There's something up here. Do you remember? Okay, first of all, her name's Nurse Hannah. She's like a famous TikToker. She's called Nurse Hannah because I believe she's an RN.
Yes.
Okay, right.
She's a nurse.
Her and her husband have a son, a little boy, and this is where the drama spirals out about her child and the neglect and abuse that people are piecing together. Who was the family we reported on? The mom went to jail for true child abuse.
Oh my God!
Who the hell were they?
What's her name? She's in jail. She's in jail.
Ruby. Okay, so. Basically, that Ruby woman had been a YouTuber forever, a family YouTuber, and people I think there was one thing that people caught on to that was bad, and then they all went back to all the other videos, and they found a ton of red flags where they were like, oh my God, we should have seen this sooner, right? So with Nurse Hannah's situation, it's more like people have officially put together, people's eyes are more open.
Yes.
And people are catching
the Frankie, like the Ruby Frankie situation.
Ruby Frankie, that's what it was. There was one big thing that blew the lid off of it. Maybe when the child went to the neighbors to call the police.
Well, that's definitely the lid.
Thing?
Yeah.
I think that was the lid.
That's the lid for sure.
So basically, like the internet technically didn't catch Ruby Frankie. It was the child that escaped the home.
But then it became like a let's look back at what did we miss on it.
So this situation's different. This situation is more like, girl, we have caught you up so many times on little nuances that are huge red flags, and they've all come together, and now people have called CPS on this woman, and she's being investigated, her and her husband, for child abuse.
And she deleted her account.
Okay, so this is the thing.
It got fierce.
Some of the nuances they have found are questionable. Some of them. Some of them are like, is this good or bad? We don't really know. Because there were found like 17 dirty diapers she was picking up.
Well, that's actually went viral.
It was the 17 dirty diapers.
See, the thing, but the 17 dirty diapers thing, so this is crazy about it. The 17 dirty diapers is the one that she went viral for, but people related to her.
Yeah, that's what
Mothers
people were
related.
like.
They actually liked that she talked about the 17 diapers thing.
And see, that's why I was like, you guys, I don't think having 17, I think 17 dirty diapers in a home is definitely signs that you aren't keeping up with the cleanliness of your child. And there's some
100%.
neglect somewhere going on. Is the neglect happening in the cleanliness of the home?
Yes.
It can be questioned. And it was questioned. And so that didn't bring her down, right?
No. That's like actually what like actually propped her. That blew her up was
the 17 dirty diapers. A lot of people had a lot to say about it, but at the same time, a lot of moms related to her and like, having dirty diapers everywhere.
It's the worst. Like, honestly, she's like, some people, like, obviously moms related and they understood where she was coming from, where it's like, oh my God, no, I totally get it, like having some dirty diapers around or whatever it might be. Or they would talk about what their 17 dirty diapers was. They're like, oh my God, I have to wait for this, for my husband to come home for this situation, da-da-da. So it's like, they could relate in some way. And that's how she kind of blew up, Hannah.
So then there's so many nuances, but the two nuances that have been caught on camera that stood out to me as this woman and her man need to be investigated immediately for child abuse is in the grocery store when the little boy, the dad is handing him something. It's a food in the grocery store and he flinches like this because he's scared he's about to get hit. A child doesn't do that unless he's consistently been hit off the cuff.
Like no kid is going to be a child's instinct with their parent is not going to be, so a parent does this, they're not going to freak out. Like that's not, like that's literally your caretaker unless something has been happening where you have to flinch for it. Or of course there's also cases where like there could be the kid could have like, something like could be on the spectrum in some capacity. There's always like.
The flinch was so.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying this kid is, but they're like even like any little nuances could happen.
I'm telling you, when I saw the flinch, my heart fucking broke.
Me too.
Because I was like, they've hit the kid many times. This is the thing, too. I grew up getting spankings when I got in trouble. I was never scared of my mom. I was never fearful of them. My mom never hit me off the cuff. I was never like beaten or slapped or just like pushed around or hit.
And for no reason.
I've never flinched in front of I've never felt like any of my parents ever were going to hit me. That was never my reaction. So what that tells me is like, I think there's some sort of abuse going on.
I do too. I personally believe that as well. And that's actually the situation that really blew this out of the water. Yeah. It was that. Because then all these mothers started doing these videos where like the flinching. And it's crazy. It's literally crazy. And then not only did that happen, but that started to get brought up. Now the whole situation when they're going back to these old videos about the food.
Yep.
About like, feed this poor baby like he's hungry.
The thing is, he doesn't look malnourished. Like when you see him, he doesn't look now malnourished. However, I don't know. I grew up in a household where like you could just like eat off other people's plates, 100%. And like my parents would never like push you away or flick you away. Flicking a baby's hand away when they wanted a French fry. I understand being like, this is adult food. You can't have this. You have to eat your plate. Like I understand that. This is different. This is different. It's the way. It's so unloving. They just like flick him away like he's a disgusting animal.
Literally.
Like the behavior, and it makes me sick to my stomach because I don't know. I just see that and I'm like, that's so dark and cold, and it shows how much love you don't have for your child.
Absolutely. And what's crazy too, like there's that video, which was absolutely fucking insane. There's another one where they're eating at like a restaurant and she's talking about like how to save money eating at a restaurant. It's like, we don't order soda. We don't do this. I'm literally like anything. I just don't like hearing her talk. I'm gonna be so real. I just don't like her. I don't like her energy. I don't like her vibe. Some people you just don't like, and you just don't like them. I don't like her. So watching her, I'm like, this is so like, like it's hard to watch. But then you see them eating, right? The baby has nothing in front of him. I think he has a little salad on the side.
The salad wasn't even for him. But also, why are you feeding the baby a salad when you're eating French fries, girl?
They're literally.
But I don't think the salad was for him.
The kid's like this.
I don't think oh no, his face is so sad. He's so hungry, and they're just shoving their fucking faces.
And he's like, obviously we don't know if he's already eaten, but like, come on.
They could have fed him first. Like, he could always be taking their food, but that doesn't matter because, like, if my cat gets on the table and tries to eat off my plate, I would never flick my cat.
Girl,
You know what I said? That's an animal.
And that's your freaking cat.
I would never. Those are my babies. I would gently pick them up and set them on the ground and maybe give them some of their own food or something like that. Yeah. Girl, let me be so for real. But I would never, and it's a cat, and I would never flick my cat ever, ever, ever. Those are my babies.
But see, that's the crazy. Like Zaya can do things that piss me off. I was like shit on the carpet. Like she can do things where I'm like, oh, right. But I can't even literally fathom the idea of smacking her or hurting her or inflicting harm on her. I'm like, oh girl, you know better, but like you're still my baby.
The flinching too tells me flicks. There's like it's unwarranted, like unknowing. There's a difference between like if you do that again, you're gonna get spanking. Like like my mom was very like you're not
a warning. That's a warning.
Many of times, and like the spanking was never like anything crazy. It was just like a pop on the butt, and you're on your merry way.
Yes.
When you're flinching, it means you're being hit off the cuff.
And you're not aware of it. That's why it's like you don't even know when you're gonna get hit. That's what it's giving.
Yes.
So it's literally like it's honestly such a sad situation. So the reason I also got blown up, so the guy, there was like this man who actually was like, Nurse Hannah, I know where you live, and he blew up her address. Like he blew up like
no.
Yep. Like blew her out of the like he's like, I called CPS on you, like the full thing. Literally like doxed her. Right? But people were like, oh my God, you're a hero.
Her address?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he announced it publicly. I was like, oh my God.
No, but he might have. I just don't know it fully on that spectrum of the story because I didn't watch his. I actually didn't know who that man was. I had no idea what it was. I saw all the other situations with Nurse Hannah, but the guy that's talking to the camera and he's like, Nurse Hannah, I know who you are, da-da-da. I think that's how like the CPS thing started getting involved because he basically found where she lives and was like basically publicized it. Found where she lived, did the whole thing. But the gag of all the fucking gags.
I'm dead.
This man is absolutely a narcissist. No. One that blew her up because his family came out and was like, he's been abusing me.
Oh my God.
He literally wanted the praise for outing Nurse Hannah so badly that he made a whole thing. The women in his family have been like, he's an SAer and he's been SAing us.
He was projecting. He was projecting because he's an abuser.
And he's literally wanting the praise to be like, oh my God, I'm the one that found Nurse Hannah. He wants to be the hero, but he's literally been the abuser.
Damn, that it takes all the credibility away.
How crazy is that? And that just came out yesterday. That was literally just like yesterday that like was just outed. And I'm like, the guy that like kind of blew out, like figure out where she lives and like how like to get contact, like CPS or whatever it might be, is actually an abuser himself.
Wow. Allegedly. The story is nuts.
It's freaking absolutely crazy. And honestly, like I just feel so bad.
I'm worried about the kid. I'm worried about the kid.
Me too. That's all I am. That's all I care
worried about the kid.
I'm just worried about the kid. Like that's all. No, and did you see the video clip where she's like, "Oh, if they pee in their diapers, I don't change them or anything."
Yeah.
And I'm like, so they just sit and piss for hours and hours and hours.
She said she didn't want to buy. She said it was 8 degrees out where they live, and you see the kid with no jacket on, on. And she said it was 8 degrees outside.
I didn't see that.
Sometimes I'm like, some people shouldn't have children.
That's a perfect example of someone that shouldn't have children. Like, stop having fucking kids. If you guys cannot take care of them, if you guys are not gonna be a good parent, if you guys don't want them, don't fucking have them. It's like not their fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
They're just literally they're literally a victim of circumstance in that situation. They were born into that family. That's what they have to live in the beginning. It's not fair. It's not fair. Don't have the freaking kids.
Dang.
So it's actually really important. I
did not know she deleted her TikTok.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'll look right now. I don't think you could even freaking find her. Let me see.
Maybe once CPS got called, she decided like, oh.
She's like, oh shit, maybe I should do it.
Let me just delete this.
Hannah. Because it would pop up immediately. She's
gone. Wow.
Yep. Her page is gone, babes.
Well, I would love an update on that because what sucks in these situations too is like if the child's like being mistreated, it's like what does CPS do unless they have proof of like actual abuse? You know what I mean? I don't know how all that works. And it would be sad for that child to grow up in that household.
Yeah, and I wonder too, like, does like kind of a therapist or counselor come in like, hey, have they ever like to make it a safe environment for him to even be honest and truthful on like what's happened? Like, can he even speak?
I don't know. He's
like,
really young.
How would you know? Like, that's a scary part too. Is like, how would you know?
They're supposed to be professionals that show signs.
Okay, yeah. That know like
the signs,
what to do, but
I don't know. He's always got bruises and scratches all over him. Granted, that is a kid thing. I'm gonna say that's a kid thing totally. So, see, there are little things where you can go back and forth, like 17 diapers on the ground and like scratches. It's like kids get into everything. The food stuff,
smacking his little hand.
But the The flinch told too much for me.
Same. Immediately, I was like, I hate her.
That's a child. It's like an animal that's been hit too many times.
And the dad too.
Oh,
Fuck him too.
No,
like,
I think the dad's the one that's hitting. I think that's who the kid was flinching at.
Yeah, literally, I was like, it's
and the dad's the one flicking the children. Yes.
Yeah, it's the freaking dad. So we can't just give it all on Nurse Hannah. It's the dad.
She's just as responsible.
Yeah. So let's not forget to bring him into the conversation. Okay, she might have the account, but he's absolutely involved.
Our next topic is the United Healthcare CEO is shot and murdered on the streets of New York outside of Central Park. They found a guy, took him into custody. When they found the guy isn't, they're trying to charge him with it. But obviously, that takes a lot of proving and court dates and all this. However, he is going to go ahead and go to jail because he got caught with multiple identifications on him, lying to an officer about who he was, his name. He did a bunch of little things when they arrested him that they could go ahead and lock him up for. Like, you know, the little things you can't do. And essentially they found him like, he got off a Greyhound bus and was at a McDonald's. I think he was probably like headed out. And civilians, they had posted a picture who they were looking for online. Civilians turned him in at the McDonald's.
That's crazy that they saw him at the McDonald's.
They saw him at the
turned
McDonald's.
him
in. Yep. And they turned him in and they arrested him. So, you know, I guess maybe when you're a suspect, I don't know how it all works. Like, they can't hold you, but because he lied, impersonated, and lied to the officers, there was two other little things. They were able to keep him in jail and arrest him. But
Can we talk about the pandemonium that it's caused?
Yeah.
Luigi is his name.
Yes, Luigi has caused.
So he's fine.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He's an attractive man.
He's a hot guy. Okay, he obviously, you know, took the guy out. I don't want to say the K word because in case we get demonetized. But he took the guy out.
Murdered.
He murdered.
Is that a bad word for YouTube? I don't know.
Let's not say it again, just in case.
Okay.
I'm scared. But you know, so like all these photos started coming out like of who he was. All these like photos started resurfacing what he looks like, and you guys, he's a very attractive, handsome man. And the internet has like taken it by absolute freaking storm. Like it's actually like something I swear I have not seen something like this.
It's kind of disturbing.
It's disturbing because they're literally praising him.
They're praising the assassinator.
Yes, the assassinator.
If you will.
Yes,
they are praising him. Like there's no hate comments. They're like, this man can call me. And from
you can assassinate this.
Yes. And what me and Manny are putting together. Now let's get this story straight. First of all, the healthcare system is a corrupt business.
Very corrupt. And you know it is.
And this man apparently has been affected by it heavily. Obviously, his grandmother, I believe, was sick and dying and was waiting for her healthcare insurance to go through, as million Americans have experienced. And they're sick of this fucking lying ass scam system BS that causes people to lose their lives. And apparently, I don't know how much this is true, but I was reading an article that he had chronic back pain as well, like debilitating back pain. So it sounds like it was also affecting him. His grandmother dealt with it, and sometimes it makes people go crazy.
100%. And like, I can understand saying that the health system is corrupt 100%, and I agree. And like, I totally think that myself. But there's a line to not cross, and that is being an M-er. You know, like doing that to another person. But what's crazy to me is that if he was ugly, people would be upset. But because he's fine, people are like, let him free. He would never do that. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't think pretty privilege is a thing, you're lying to yourself.
Well, notice that the case that Ryan Murphy did with the brothers, the Menendez brothers, you get two really attractive actors to play out these roles. And suddenly, while they've been rotting in prison for 30 years, suddenly let them out because we have these two stars that's now showing this case in a beautiful way.
Two
and then
hotties.
We're showing only the throwbacks of these two guys and how hot they were back then. So suddenly it's like, isn't that a crazy thing?
It's crazy. It's like, it's literally like society's,
I'm not saying the Menendez brothers shouldn't be out after 30 years. Totally. But what I'm saying is no one cared until two hot guys decided to play the roles. You know what I mean?
Until it got blown up.
And then it got people's attention.
Because that was a case that was like long dead at this point. It was not a case that people were continually talking about. And then here we have document or like the show, it's like, oh my gosh. And now this guy, Luigi, and like, listen, like I said, he is a very attractive guy, like 100%. And I'm like, wow, he's a handsome man. Like, that's crazy. He has his whole life ahead of him. And for him to do this is really wild to me.
Because he was young.
But that doesn't negate like the fact that it still did happen.
Yeah.
You know, potentially, I don't mean, who knows? Like, we don't know what really happened, but he's in custody and they're about to have a trial. But it felt very, like you were saying, like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
You know, almost
people are
like,
viewing it as a Robin Hood situation, you know?
Where it's like, oh, well, the system's corrupt and that man was definitely corrupt anyway. He deserved it. And it's like, yeah, but like, who are you to play God?
Yeah.
Of being like, someone deserves to die.
Uh-huh.
Because of like being, you know, a CEO of United Healthcare. So it's like, it just becomes this like very strange thing. And like I said, it wouldn't have the same impact and effect if he was ugly.
Yeah.
But it has this effect now, and where it's like, oh my God, he's a hero to everyone because he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, he's fine, and he's a.
Isn't it funny how the world works?
If that's not like showing so much about our society, I really don't know what is. Like, I genuinely don't. I'm like, this is literally a sign. And listen, like, I can see humor in some of these jokes where it's like, he can murder this, you know, kind of thing, and I'm like, oh my God, that's funny. Like, they're crazy, but it goes to a point where it's like, if all of it is that and there's no like accountability, then it's like, what culture are we living in?
Do you know that people that are praising him, probably a lot of people don't know that they are praising him because they find him attractive? They don't understand how that works. Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, they're like, no, I just heard the story of Menendez brothers. Or, no, like, I said their CEO was corrupt. But they don't even know the psychological effects of someone being super attractive that plays. Like, they don't know that's why they're on his team. You know what I mean? Not everyone is even aware of their own actions and that stuff. Yes.
Babe, like
that they even deep. Root for.
Let me tell you, the beauty standard goes
really deep.
Very deep, okay? So it's like, when someone is conventionally attractive, chances are a lot higher they're going to get away with a lot more. Okay, that's just the cold, hard
However, the courts will not be looking at his attractive level.
Good luck finding a jury, though,
the
that
courts,
I don't think you find.
Yes, the courts
Good luck finding a jury that's not going to be, you know, kind of taking it like, oh, whatever, like, especially if he's charming and he's this handsome guy, the jury, like, charisma, if he has charisma, woo! The jury, like, they're going to have a hard time finding people that would convict that, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tougher.
Yep.
But yeah, that whole thing is like blown up. Like, it's literally all I see.
It is.
The day we're filming right now,
do you think this could get more CEOs assassinated?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Like, that's actually really
I was
scary.
like, is this opening the floodgates to how we're going to start reacting whenever things are corrupt? And
I mean, then it becomes like, that's like a civil war.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like a whole different situation, a whole nother conversation. But hopefully that's not something that people see it as like, I'm inspired by him.
This is an opportunity. Well, it seems like they are.
But look at the amount of people that have tried to do things like that with other things. Like what happened with, you know, our new president-elect coming in. Like, he was almost, you know, allegedly. So it's like, there's all these, I guess, quote-unquote examples.
The guy had a gun on. That was the other thing. They found at McDonald's. He had a gun in his book bag without a license. So they were able to get him for that, too.
Thing where you're like,
that just reminded me.
Got it. So it's like, there's been these examples for years.
Yeah.
There's been examples of it. So it's like, this situation isn't necessarily going to be like, okay, let me open up and inspire more. It's like, at the end of the day, he was inspired by someone to do something like this.
Yeah.
So this could be
a snowball effect.
It could be a snowball effect, 100%. Like, but like, that's just like the sad reality of, you know, being inspired by these devious things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he could absolutely inspire someone else to do the same thing to another CEO, the CEO of freaking McDonald's.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like, you don't know. And that's like the scary reality. And I'm like, sure, a lot of CEOs are probably like,
oh, they're honey.
These healthcare CEOs are going to be spooked. But it's actually really quick. I just didn't think the internet would take it this far.
I know.
I really didn't think they would take it this far. Like, it's actually crazy.
It's a different time to be alive.
They're finding a lot about him. Like, they find his, like, they found that he like reads and like his like little like, he rates books, and like they found that account. They found his old OF account potentially, allegedly. All these things. I'm like, what? Like, this like poor kid is like, he gets out of jail, he's like, oh, my whole life is like been seen. Okay. Yeah. So it's crazy. I'm actually really intrigued to see what happens and like how the case transpires. So we'll definitely keep you guys updated.
Yeah. Next, Tuah girl may be facing charges. She may be facing jail time due to her pump and dump scheme with her, you know, okay.
What was the coin called? Tuah coin? Like Tuah.
Is that what it was called?
I'm not kidding. It was literally something
She created
crazy.
like her own version of like a crypto
investment, like an investment
for people to invest in and
cryptocurrency, like the online currency.
Get rich quick. Like, okay, I have a lot.
Tuah.
A lot of people invest in her company, and as my husband was explaining to me, it's called a pump and dump, where they basically take everybody's investment and promise them the world, and then take all the money and essentially pocket it for themselves. But that's not what they do whenever they dump it. Ty, what do they do? That's exactly what they do.
Like they literally. So my theory was that like she had no idea what the hell she was doing.
My theory is, who the fuck would donate or give their life savings and their money to a girl that got viral for going hawk Tuah on a wiener? Who? Like, is she at fault or are you at fault?
Baby,
I have that question because you know I'm gonna say it.
You're dumb as hell.
Like,
if you invested in that, you're dumb as hell.
You're shocked a girl that got famous for hawk Tuah. You're shocked she pumped and dumped ya. You're shocked. I don't feel like she's very concerned, because maybe I'm wrong on my dates, but I'm pretty sure she was like hanging out with Tana, having the time of her life while all this was breaking. So I don't think she's very concerned about the outcome of this, which means she may know something we don't.
I mean, yeah, and the thing is too, like, let's say it. I personally do not think that she's so crypto savvy to be like, oh my God, we're gonna do a pump and dump scheme. I'm gonna fuck all these people out of their money, and we're just gonna take it for ourselves. I just don't think that she's thinking about that. I'm thinking that the people that know about crypto and that are doing it for her
knew they could
are gonna
use
be
her
like,
likeness.
we can totally use her.
She'll do it. That's what you get for doing a cash grab, though.
100%.
She did a cash grab. If she didn't know, then you're doing a cash grab and you're wrong either way.
She literally, like, they used her virality to create a currency.
How stupid.
Are you dumb?
Oh my God. Like,
you use someone's virality to make a currency.
Some people were like saying they lost their life savings, and I'm like, hold on, you put your life saving in hot Tuah's made up crypto? Babe, I think you were always going to lose the life savings.
Maybe the life saving was
going to be gone the next day. They never stood a chance. It never stood a chance.
That's actually so wild to me that you would even think that this was going to be such a great idea, so grand for you to make all this money off of.
Yeah.
Tuah coin.
Tuah coin, baby.
I don't know what it's called, but it's something with Tuah in it. And it's just absolutely crazy. So I'm like, I wonder what can happen. Like, do you think she's going to go to jail?
I don't. I really don't, because she seems like she just like doesn't care, which means she probably knows she's going to be okay. You know, also headlines are very tricky, because there were a bunch of headlines saying she was going to go to jail. And if you read the article, they have no proof she's going to jail. Totally. Headlines will lie and blow up a story to get any type of clicking to be seen. So part of me is like, maybe like there's just like trouble with it, and like they're blowing it up to she's going to go to jail. I do think that could be a thing too.
100.
Because you have to take things with a grain of salt. Yeah.
I think that but see, the thing is, I didn't know that like a pump and dump scheme is like an illegal thing. I thought that was like it's like risky for investments or not. Like you can just, I don't know anything really about crypto in that way, and I'm not like a crypto person, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I know it was like an illegal thing.
There's a lot of nuances that can put you in prison with stocks, crypto, any type of investment.
Insider trading, I know, is a thing.
Yes. TikTok ban. We getting banned or not? Girl, let me tell you something. I don't even care. Y'all have called the bluff 50 times.
It's like, what's that thing called? Like
cry wolf. Y'all cried wolf about this so many times. I saw a TikTok that was going so viral. It had over 1 million likes on it. So it had like, probably like 10 million views on it. It was a girl. Like, what the fuck are all y'all doing? TikTok's going away on January 19th and no one cares. Everybody's just still uploading this app. No one's talking about it. And every single comment on the post was, I'll believe it when it happens.
When it's deleted.
Cried wolf. Like, every single comment's like, I don't believe it. And it's because they've used this little trigger in the media
the trigger's
to get people's attention over and over till people just don't care anymore.
What they should have done is talked about like how TikTok has been in the talks to get banned, and so every so often like another step goes towards, but it's like if you keep saying TikTok is banned, girl, it's still here.
See, that's what the headlines do.
People aren't going to give a fuck.
Hawk Tuah girls going to jail. Hawk Tuah girls going to jail. They take a grain of salt and they blow it up to get their clicks.
Yes, they're like their power word that they use and they utilize as they're like, this is going to get us some clicks. But it's like, you use all these power words, the same exact fucking ones every single time.
Yeah, you've said TikTok's getting banned. So, like, honestly, I have the same kind of outlook as other people do. I'll believe it when I open the app and the app doesn't work anymore.
Right.
That's when I'll believe it's getting banned. But until then, girl.
When you really look into it, it's unfortunate that, like, every time they do, like, TikTok's getting banned, it's like this thing happens. it's just like another step to getting banned, where it's like another step moves forward, where it's like, I don't like that there's another step going forward in the ban, but it's not technically banned in this moment. So it's like they're not, the way it's talked about is not talked about it in the way that it should be talked about, where it's like, hey, like it's actually moving forward in this way, or hey, like, you know, like the court said, or like the Congress said, like, yeah, we can ban it. So that was like this step was like saying that like, yes, we can absolutely implement the ban, and there's like not going to be anything against it. And if by the 19th, if they don't, you know, sell off their stock, or TikTok sells their stuff to the US, then it can be banned if it's not like saved, you know? So now TikTok is like, okay, we're going to do an emergency, what's it called? An emergency, basically trying to put an emergency hold on it and like go up to the Supreme Court and have them talk about it, talk to them about it. And if the Supreme Courts accept it, then they can have another 90 days, like an extension to actually go through the case itself. But right now, I think they're still in that phase where it's like, are we going to, is it going to be picked up by the Supreme Court? Are they going to say yes?
I saw a guy breaking it down, and he's saying they already made the appeal.
Yes.
But because I don't understand how all the different things work in the court system,
they can accept it or not. That's the thing. So like TikTok made the appeal. They did the whole thing. But it's up to the court to say, yes, we'll take your appeal, or no, we won't take your appeal.
I feel like they will take the appeal.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the Supreme Court is so heavily like Republican. And a lot of them are like, we hate TikTok.
I think both sides hate TikTok.
They do.
Though.
No, they do.
I
baby.
I do. I think it's both sides that are rooting for it to get banned.
They want it to be gone. Both sides want it to be gone.
Because it's not an American-made app, and it's making a lot of money for other countries.
But it makes a lot of money in the U.S. as well.
Of
so
course,
I do find it
and
like really fascinating.
It's boosted a ton of tiny businesses, but America doesn't care about their tiny businesses. And I've learned that
have their big money
by having a tiny business in America. They care about the big guys.
So it's a little spooky. So we're gonna find out if the Supreme Court takes it, we'll have time.
And by the way, when I say America doesn't care about their small business, I'm not talking about the individuals.
No.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the people listening. I'm talking about the big guys.
They're talking about the big conglomerates, the big girlies
who
of the world.
Who make the big decisions of the world. They don't care about small businesses.
The Jeff Bezos of the world.
Correct. This one's pretty dark. Jay-Z is getting sued, correct, in civil court for a essay charge, and that this person's already coming for Diddy, and basically they're saying Jay-Z was involved.
Yeah, so finally, this woman who has been, you know, dealing with this case in private, I believe, has finally been like, I'm not going to let this get away. I'm going to say who I am. So she's been doing it under a guise this entire time. She's like, no, we're not going to let this go by. So I'm actually going to talk about, like, once you see my face, like, I'm going to be the face of this, because I'm not going to let Jay-Z, you know, Diddy get away with it. I'm going to talk about this. So now, you know, there's just a whole new situation where there's been this case that's been open, and like, where, you know, Diddy has been getting sued for it, but it's like, oh, well, these 3 men, you know, essayed me when I was 13 years old.
Good God almighty.
Horrific. Absolutely fucking horrific. When I was 13 years old, and I was in like one of the studios, and I was given alcohol and drugs, and it was like they took turns, is what it says. So there's been 3 people that have been in this case, and Diddy was already named in it, right? Now she's like, Jay-Z's the other one. So now she's like, it's outed, where it's like, it's not just Diddy, it wasn't just him, and it was also like, I guess, one of their like producer people that was in it too.
What does civil court mean?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I actually don't know how it makes a difference if civil is.
And if Jay-Z is charged,
about money.
Oh, so money. She's suing them for an amount of money for this, not for legalities. Maybe because so many years went by, Ty? Oh, he said they do both.
So I'm assuming if it's court involved, it's going to be like legalities.
So
plus
could
money.
He go to jail or prison for this, or no? See, not in civil.
So maybe she wants the story to be out.
Is she wanting to take them to both courts? And right now it's just going to civil?
It's too new. That story is too fresh. It just broke yesterday. So, or at least with involving
Sorry, guys.
Jay-Z.
I'm actively trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and it's almost like, again, it just kind of broke yesterday.
Yeah.
It was outed that it was Jay-Z. And it's crazy now seeing him do, you know, walking the carpet for...
Girl, baby, sit it out.
Baby, sit it
Let Beyonce
out.
handle this one.
Let Beyonce and your daughter just handle it. You don't need to be there. But so it's really crazy seeing like them on the carpet, and all these comments are like, crazy how you're on the carpet right now when you're literally being sued for essaying a 13-year-old.
One of the most horrific things I've heard.
Ever.
And everybody was speculating whenever everybody knew the cahoots that Diddy and Jay-Z was in.
Oh, it's been like,
this is,
like we've talked about
they were
this
even
Jay-Z.
taking down Beyonce because of it, because of how heavily in cahoots they've been.
Yes.
And so people were like, it's a ticking time bomb if Diddy
now
goes
he's
down.
named?
And now look. And now he's
named in the actual case itself.
It did not take very long, did it? And I think there's so much more, but who knows?
We don't. I mean, yeah, we don't know what's going to transpire. What happened? And actually, Jay-Z's team has been like, this is absolutely a lie.
Yep,
they,
I saw
made
that
a statement. They're like, this is a lie. This is a vicious rumor, vicious lie. It's absolutely untrue. Obviously, they're going to deny. They're not going to say yes, it happened. Yeah, it happened. They're going to deny. And his side is being like, no, this is just like a vicious rumor that's being spread.
Girl.
But what's crazy is that there's actually photos of the girl in like that room in the situation with sitting on P. Diddy's lap, and she's like, that girl's me, but the face is blurred out, but she's like, it's me, I'm the girl.
Oh my
when
God.
she was 13 and she's in the room, and there's photos of it with she's sitting on P.
Shocker, the guy who's in prison right now for like almost 300 cases. Like
sitting on his lap. There's photos of it. They've shown the photos of it, but the face has been blurred out, and she's like, I'm the face.
Oh.
And I was 13. So how freaking absolutely insane is it that this is happening, and now it's like bringing, Jay-Z's actually getting involved by name now. Do you know what's crazy? What's getting kind of passed around right now again too, circulating, when they were in the elevator with Beyonce's sister, and like her like going the hell in on Jay-Z, trying to stop him, hit him, punch him, and Beyonce just standing there like this as she's shredding Jay-Z, and I'm like,
God only knows what for.
I wish that audio was leaked. I wish there was audio to it, but like you see this literal like battle in the freaking elevator,
and Beyonce's there, and just letting it happen. So you really gotta wonder.
You just have to wonder like what is really going on, what's really transpiring. There's a lot of things to it. I'm very yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it could be. It
just broke. So
it just broke. So we're gonna kind of continue with the story and figure it out. But it's horrific, and for this woman to have to deal with it is just absolutely fucking horrible. And honestly, my heart is with her, because it's just, I can't even imagine truly to grow up and that's what happened to you when you were 13. Like horrific. So we'll continue with the story, because I feel like the Jay-Z or the Diddy stuff, it just keeps getting brought up, because now it's like the can of worms is open.
Yeah.
Now there's all.
I think this is just the beginning too. I think this girl is just the beginning. I think there's going to be so many others. I mean, there already has been with Diddy, but I'm talking about with like a lot of other people that were involved with Diddy. I think like all these stories are going to start to come out. Yes. I think all these stories. Our next topic is Brooke Schofield and her boyfriend. People do not like her boyfriend very much, darling.
Again, another case that's like weird with youth.
It's weird. It is weird.
That's just like, oh my God, this is just, can't y'all date your own age?
It's that simple.
Can y'all not date your own age? Mind you, Brooke has came out and was like, denied the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Brooke has been like, this is all fake. This is not real. The blog that was written on, typed on, is not real. It's fake. It's all phony. Like, it never happened. But there's all these photos of them together, of like her current man and Sophia,
the girl,
Sophia's friend, and that young girl, and them being together and them being close friends, and him, saying all these things, basically like commenting on her photos. And he was like in his 30s when she was like 17.
She was between 15 and 16, I think. Whenever,
and
he was 28. He was 28 when she was between 15 and 16.
Yes. So this is like the alleged. This is the situation that's happening, and the thing is that's crazy.
So people are mad at Brooke because she's dating a guy that in the past dated a minor when he was 28. Allegedly.
And she's defending and being like, it's not real, it's not happening.
And Brooke is saying it didn't happen and it's not real, but the internet has done a lot of digging, and they've found social media posts where the guy had commented on the 15, 16-year-old's posts. It does seem like they're dating.
It's strange, and it's literally like the wet emoji.
Yeah, and he like wrote a paragraph about his like how much he loved her during that time that people found.
And they found like they cross-referenced their dates. I think that's the thing, is that people are very smart. They're very intuitive. They like figure out the dates of these things, and they went back and they're like, this doesn't make sense with this date. This is how old you were at this time when you were this old. So that means you were a literal elder dating a 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's such a crazy, intense case.
It is.
Where it's actually Brooke who's getting absolutely shredded for it.
She is. She's
absolutely
getting shredded
for it because she's like, that's just like my man. That it's not true. But
is
people
this
are like,
this has to be a brand new boyfriend for her, right?
I think so.
Must
it's
be.
Definitely her. It's definitely her like the newer situation that she's definitely talked about. But now that people know who it is, they're like,
has she addressed it on her podcast?
It was on her TikTok.
Her TikTok. I wonder if she'll talk about it on Cancel. I think she took off the
comments. So I don't think that's like going. I really don't think it's going over well.
Why don't she just break up with him?
Shit, just ending. But the thing is, that it's funny. It's funny because on the podcast, like people like, because she has said, she's like, you know what? A lot of times, like when I'm dating someone, like I won't see the bad in them, and then until it's done, and then it's like, damn, you're the worst. And now people are like, is this not the exact same situation? But no, it's actually crazy how this situation is happening again. Honestly, it's not Brooke's year. Let's be real.
It ain't Brooke's year.
It's just not her year. This is a lot's going on. A lot of things are happening. So it's just once they get the sniff, it's blood in the water, babe.
Yeah.
It is. That's blood in the water.
Girl, why don't you just break up?
There's gonna just be
easier said than done. But I was like, why don't you just break
up? There's gonna be
him?
constant, like the nitpicking is gonna be absolutely insane. Everyone's gonna be like a little bit more intense about something when you've been in that level of drama and absolute vitriol from the
and you do want to
followers.
Make really good decisions from then on out.
Yes, and you try your best. Hopefully, you're trying to do the best thing that you can. But it's turned into like a whole actual mess, and it's like, oh well, that friend was friends with Sophia Richie, and this guy's connected to that family, and all these kind of things that are involved. It's like actually a clusterfuck.
Oh.
Low key. It's like an absolute clusterfuck. So it's like, who knows what's happening? Brooke has denied the entire thing, saying that it's never happened, that they were just friends, they were family friends. So that's why they even have photos together, and that's why they have like anything. But I'm also thinking like, so why would, if that was like a thing, right? Like they're family friends and people are making it up that they were dating, why would they do that many years ago if they weren't like popping? Like if they weren't like famous, right? These people, like her current boyfriend and that girl, like why would they be making all these things up back then? You know what I mean? So it's like, how is it fake then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With
like
the comments on the social media post you're talking about?
Yes, the comments, or even like the paragraphs, things
that he wrote about her on that website that they dug up and found. So you're like, why would they do that if he wasn't dating her? Is what you're saying.
Yes.
See, that's the question.
That's the question at hand. So I'm very like, I just hope Brooke, just being smart with it and just making sure that she's crossing her T's and dotting her I's and making sure that the person that she's dating is someone that, is a good person that deserves to date her, all that kind of stuff. Like I want it to be like an amazing situation. So it's unfortunate that it's literally like the complete opposite publicly.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know.
Ooh,
there's a lot of tea.
Girl.
There's a lot of shits going on, you guys. There's a lot of shit going on up in this piece.
Shall we wrap it up now?
We can wrap it up. You guys, we have to also say that we're taking a break.
Manny, we've forgotten the intro.
I know.
We wanted to say in the intro, just in case some of y'all left early, you had heard it.
We're taking a holiday break.
And we are going to miss y'all very, very much because we're taking, I think, 3 weeks off.
Yeah, we're taking 3 weeks off. We're going to do our next week's episode is our last episode before our break. So we have
a guest next week.
We have a guest next week, and he ate down. Like such a great guest. Yeah. But we are taking a little break, and then we'll be back, mid-January.
Yep.
Is when we're going to be coming back. But we're really excited to just like kind of take the time.
Be with our family and just take like time off, relax a little, enjoy living life,
enjoy the holidays,
enjoy our mortgages.
I know that's right.
Girl.
Enjoy just like literally what the holidays are about and taking time, because like I feel like a lot of people get holiday breaks, like a lot of people do it. And I'm like,
and we get one too. Well, we're only getting a holiday break on the podcast.
That's true.
We have to still upload. We'll still be everywhere else, as you guys know.
We'll be around.
Coverage. We'll pause for 3 weeks, and then we will be back, and we'll be better than ever.
Picking right back up where we left off. So I'm excited to see you guys after next week in 2025.
We love you guys. Thank you for the most incredible year. We'll have one more episode coming, and we'll see you, I guess, next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.